Welcome to a brand new tutorial of Pizzato, which is our food ordering app. So if you have watched my previous tutorial, we have implemented a current location feature under our Pizzato, and if you haven't watched it, please go quickly watch it because we are now heading towards our backend side of Pizzato. So let me tell you one thing, that I haven't been feeling quite good from quite few days because I am having a high fever and similarly a sore throat, through which I couldn't record any sort of videos. But now I am feeling completely well, so I will be posting regular videos. So regardless of that, in this video we are going to implement authentication of the user under our Pizzato. Yes, you heard it right. Authentication with the help of email and password. Now after having authentication under our Pizzato, we shall be also adding logic under our title screen. Here you may observe that on pressing it, nothing shall be happening for now. So we need to add somewhat logic over it. Through that, the following option of cheese, bacon and onion shall be increasing automatically. So first thing first, we shall be implementing an authentication feature. So to implement that, you can simply go under our library, and under the library, let's create a new folder for the provider itself. So here I will be simply writing a new folder for the providers, and under this, first of all, I will be simply creating a new file for the authentication itself, authentication.dart. So under the following file, by manage maps. So under the following file, first of all, we will be simply having a class for the authentication itself. So the following authentication class shall be extending with change notifier because we are using provider, that is our state management solution. So first of all, make sure that you have obtained the following dependencies of Firebase Auth, that is Firebase Auth and Firebase Core. But before implementing authentication, think about it. Why are we using authentication under our Pizzato? Now let me tell you that the purpose of this authentication is to simply get the user ID of the following user, through which we shall be able to perform all the update queries and similarly delete queries over the card, that is a particular card. So to manage all the queries, we need to get a primary key of the following query, and the primary key shall be nothing but our user ID. So for that, I will be simply creating a new string to be the user ID itself. And along with the following string, we need to have a proper getter for this string. So here I will be simply writing a new string to be get user ID. Alright, not string but string. So after having this, I will be simply replicating it to user ID itself, that is UID. So after having the getter of our get UID, I will be simply creating two different methods for signing and similarly for logging. So before that, I will be simply creating a new final variable for the instance of Firebase. So here I will be simply writing final Firebase Auth to be Firebase Auth, which will be simply equal to Firebase auth.instance. So after having this, I will be simply creating a new feature method. So here I will be simply writing login into account. Now the following method shall be consisting of two different arguments. The first one to be string to be the email of the following user. Similarly for the password, which will be under type of string as well. Now after having this, that is the arguments, under this method we shall be first of all have the user credentials. So here I will be simply writing user credential to be a user credential, and the following user credential shall be simply awaiting for the Firebase Auth, which is our instance. Okay, not this, a wrong one. So the Firebase Auth, and from this we will be simply able to sign in with email and password, that is login with email and password. So under the following things, that is under the following fields, first of all I will be simply providing here an email, that is my email itself from the arguments. Similarly for password. So after having this user credential, I will be taking the class of my Firebase user. Now remember one thing, the Firebase user, which is the Firebase user itself, is depreciated and you need to use user instead of Firebase user. So here I will be simply writing user to be equal to the user credential, and from this I will be simply catching up the user. And once we are getting up a user, we can simply take our string of user ID, that is UID, and assert the following user ID to our string, which is UID itself. So once we are getting our user ID, we shall be simply printing up. So here I will be simply writing a print statement. So once we have done that, we shall be notify all of our users. Cool. So once we have gotten the following statement, we shall be simply copying the following method and paste it one more time. But here instead of this, I will be simply writing create new account. Now the only change required here is about creating account. with email and password. Now all of this thing is done, we shall be creating a UI for the following authentication screen. So for getting the following authentication screen, we can simply create a new file under our views. So here I'll be simply writing your login.dart. So here let's have a new stateless widget for our entire screen. So let's give the name of login. Instead of returning a container, we shall be returning a scaffold. So under our scaffold, first of all, we are going to have a body to be a container itself. Now under this container, first of all, I will be having a decoration to be a box decoration, which will be having nothing but a color. So here I will be simply writing a color to be colors of white, let's say a 24 shade. And after this, we shall be having all of our height and width. So for height, I will be simply using the media query itself. So here I will be simply writing media query dot of the following context, and from this I will be simply changing up the size from our height. Now the same thing shall be go for width. So after having a height and width, let's have a child to a container, and the child shall be nothing but a column. But instead of having a column, let's have a center first, and under this center we shall be having a column. So under this column, let's have our children. But first thing first, let's use somewhat main axis alignment to be a main axis alignment for center. So under this children, first of all, we shall be having a children of our logo itself, that is of our Pizzato. So for getting our Pizzato thing, we can simply go under our splash screen and copy the following rich text from here and paste it here. So after having the following rich text, we will be having two different buttons for logging and signing up itself, and after pressing it, a bottom sheet shall be appearing under our Pizzato. So to implement that, I will be simply having a new row having some main axis alignment for a space evenly. Cool. So under this row, let's have our children. So under our children, the first children is nothing but a material button itself. So on pressing it, it shall be doing nothing for now, but it will be simply having a child to be a text. Now guess what, the text shall be nothing but login. Let's have somewhat styling to our text. We can simply do one thing, that is copy it one more time, but instead of having a login one, I can simply say a sign in, easy as this. So after having both of the following things, let's assign a new model sheet for both the buttons. So for that, I will be simply constructing two different widgets for the model sheets. So I will be simply constructing a new method for login sheet. Alright, so under this login sheet, we will be simply returning a model sheet. So for that, I will be simply at here show model bottom sheet, and under context, I can simply copy this and paste it here as well. Alright, let's have a build context to be a context. So under this builder, we shall be returning a new container. So here I will be simply writing here return new container. Alrighty, so under this container, first of all, it will be simply having a height of 400 and similarly a width of 400, and after that it will be simply having somewhat decoration to be a box decoration. Now for a side note, you can also use color instead of decoration. So here I will be simply writing a color to be colors.blue gray, and from this blue gray I will be simply having a shade of 700. So once the decoration is done, we can have a child to be a center, the usual stuff. Under this center, I will have a column, and under this column, I will be simply having a children, and the children are going to be the text field. So here I will be simply having a text field. Now under this text fields, we will be requiring text editing controller itself. So for that, we can simply go up under our stateless widget and write here new text editing controller. Let's say a email controller, and similarly a text editing controller for the password controller, which will be also equal to text editing controller. So once we have done this, under our text field we shall be having a controller to be our email controller, and under this text field let's have somewhat style to be a text style. Under this I will be simply having a color of colors of white. So once we have done this, let's have somewhat decoration to our text field under the form of input decoration. So under this decoration, I will be simply having a hint text, let's say enter email, and similarly for some hint style of a text style. So under this text style, I will be simply having a color of colors.white, and once the following thing is done, we can simply copy the entire text field from here, paste it one more time, but here under this controller, it will be simply taking a password controller. Let's add some password here. So after having two text field, we will be requiring a material button here. Cool. So under this material button, on pressing over it, we shall be simply getting the help from our provider of our authentication class. So here I'll be simply adding a new provider, and from the current context I'll be simply taking the following thing. So after providing it a context, we shall be taking here a type of the authentication and simply listening it to a false. Now let me give you a pro tip. If you need to render your UI under some different kind, you need to simply change the following listen property of your provider to true. Else, if you are simply listening to the value which will be rendering the UI under a different context, you need to write here false. Now once the following tip is done, under this I'll be simply say login into account. Now it will simply take two different fields of email and password. So here under this email I'll be simply writing here email controller.text, and similarly for password. So for here I'll be simply writing here password controller.text. Easy as that. So once we have done this, press Ctrl and S. So once we have completed our entire login sheet, we can simply copy this from here. Go at the top of our login button, and here we can simply write here login sheet. Alright, let's provide a context. Cool. So once the following thing is done, let's assign a UI. Alright, let's make it final, so our warning will be gone of the abstract class. So it is done. Okay, alright, it is gone. So you may observe that after the following duration is completed, under our timer, we are navigated to our home screen, but instead of that we should be navigated to our login page. So here I'll be simply at here login. So once the following thing is done, let's reload our entire application once. Alright, it's loading up. So we are navigated here. So now under our login page, you may observe that we need to give some more different color to our button. So here let's have a color of colors of black. You can give it any sort of thing. Alright, so we have our button here. Now we can simply copy this color and paste it one more time. Alright, so we have both of the buttons here. Now you may observe that the UI won't be more great, but everything is about the functionality. Now you may getting all of the fast UI, that is speed coding things or UI, but for the backend things you need to come over Abhishek, which is our Flutterstick channel. Okay, enough promotions. So once we have done this, let's press our login sheet. Now here you may observe that after pressing the following thing, the login sheet is appearing here. Let's do one thing, that is simply wrap our entire text field under a padding from everywhere and from everywhere. So under this color I'll be simply having a colors light green shade. Okay, I'm really bad at colors. So here I will be simply adding a new text to our material button. Let's say login. Let's have somewhat styling to it for a text style. Having a color of colors of white. Cool. So once we have done this, press Ctrl and S. Cool. Let's refactor it one more time under a padding. Now after pressing over this, you may observe we have our buttons here. Now we can simply do one thing, that is simply copy the entire login sheet one time and paste it here. But before that, let's navigate the user to the next screen when the following thing of our authentication is done. So here I will be simply adding a when complete phrase, and from the navigator I will be simply adding push replacement. For the page route I will be simply using page transition. Alright, we don't need this, we know our error. So here I will be simply adding a page transition. Alright, page transition. So here I will be simply adding a child to be nothing but my home screen. So once we have provided our home screen, let's have a type for a page transition type of any sort of thing. Left to right shall be working. So once we have done this, we can simply go at the top of our login sheet and copy and paste it one more time, because we need to save our time. So here instead of this, let's have a create new account option, and here let's have a sign in one. Cool, let's name it sign in sheet. So once the following thing is done, we can simply go up under our sign in button and paste it here after giving the context, which is quite dull thing. Cool, nothing shall be happening for that. So after pressing our sign in, same thing shall be appearing to us, that is about login and sign in. So now let's try it out. Let's try it out by creating a new account for our Pizzato. So here under our sign in, let's have somewhat email thing, but before that let's check it one more time under our authentication. Alright, so we are returning everything correct here. So here under this email I'll be simply adding a new email here. Alright, pp@gmail.com, it's working too. So after having this, let's have somewhat password for 123456789. We need to make the following text to be obscure, that is obscure. So let's do it. So to make that, you can simply go down under our sign in sheet, and here under this we shall make it to be obstacle text to be true, and it shall be working one more time. So once we have provided a both of the things, let's sign in. So after pressing this, let's check our debug console. Oops, we have something created a wrong thing. So to make it working, we shall be simply go under our main.dart file and simply add the following change notifier one more time for our authentication one more time. So for that, I'll be simply writing an authentication. Alright, it's loading one more time. So here under this, let's sign in one more time. Alright, pp weird name @gmail.com, and under our password 1234567889, which is obscure. So let's sign in. Let's check our debug console. Alright, the email is badly formatted, no worries. I told you I am really bad at emails. So reload our entire application once. I think my health is affecting my brain too. I'm just kidding bro. So here I'll be simply signing in, and here write ABHISHVK. Let's have a password. Let's sign in. Finally, we are getting our user ID key, which is UID. Alright, we have done it up. So once we have simply signed in under our applications, let's close this debug console one more time. So once the following thing is done, the next thing is about simply getting a logic over our detail screen. So for that, we shall be go back from here as well. So to assign a logic under our detail screen, let's make a new provider thing about our calculations. So for that, I'll be simply creating one more file under our providers for calculations. So under our calculation.dart, let's have a new class of calculations, which will be with our change provider, that is change notifier. So under our change notifier, we need different fields. The first field to be the size of our pizza, the integer assigning for our cheese, bacon and onion, and similarly a logic for adding the following thing under our cart. So here under this, first of all, I will be simply having an integer of the cheese value, which will be equal to nothing but 0. Similarly for bacon value and onion value, and similarly the cart data, which is this quite tiny little icon. So now I will simply fast forward the video. So after having this thing, we will be simply requiring one more string. Yes, you heard it right. A string for catching up the size of our pizza, which is small, medium and large. So here I will be simply adding a new string here of the size. Cool. So once the following thing is done, we will be requiring one more variable. Guess what? It will be neither a string nor integer but a boolean. So here I will be simply writing a new boolean. So here under this boolean, I will be simply writing, okay, let's give it a name. So under the following boolean, I will be simply writing here for is selected, whether any of the following pizza is selected or not, which will be equal to false. And after this, we shall be catching up the tap thing. So here I will be simply writing a small tapped to be false, medium tapped, large tapped to be false. So once the following thing is done, we shall be also requiring one more thing for selected. So here I will be simply writing selected to be equal to false. So once all the following variables are declared, let's get all the getters of the following things. So once we are simply getting all of our variables, we shall be simply creating different methods for adding cheese, bacon and onion. So for that, let's take it at a minimal way. So here I will be simply writing a cheese, that is add cheese, and under this we shall be simply increasing our counter of our cheese value. So here I will be simply writing here cheese value plus plus, or you can simply enter cheese value is equal to cheese value plus 1, the same thing, but for our sake of our time, let's have plus plus. After that, let's notify all the users, and same thing shall be going for cheese and bacon. Now once the following thing is done, we shall be also requiring different methods for removing the item. So here I will be simply writing here minus onion. Yeah, we are primary kids. So after having this, let's have our onion to be minus minus, notify all the users, usual stuff. We shall be setting up the data of whether the size is selected. So for that, I will be simply writing here select small size first, and under this we shall be simply setting up the state of our small tapped, that is our variable, to be true, which is false by default. So after this, let's set up the size to be nothing but small, and after that let's notify all the users, that is notify listeners. So here I will simply copying this, paste and paste. So after having this thing, let's have a new option for simply deleting it. So here I will be simply writing a remove all data. We will be simply setting up the state of cheese value to be equal to 0. Similarly for beacon value to be equal to 0, and also onion value to be equal to 0, not minus plus but is equal to 0. Already 0, my caps lock, num lock. So after having this, we shall be simply able for a medium type to be false, that is the initial state. We shall be simply add one more button for adding up to cart. So here I will be simply adding a new method for adding a data under our card. So for adding a data, let's have a new method for add to cart. The following thing will be simply taking up a build context to be a context, also somewhat data. So here I will be simply adding a data. So under this thing, let's have our if condition first, that is if small tapped is not equal to null, that is small tap is not equal to false, or the medium tapped is not equal to false, or a large tapped is not equal to false, we shall be simply executing our entire function. So the first thing is simply card data plus plus, that is increasing the counter of our card. After this, we shall be simply awaiting for the provider to simply increase our data. So here first of all, let's move under our manage data provider. Okay, where it is? So manage data. So under this, first of all, let's create a new feature for submit data. Under this, let's have a sync method. So here I will be simply returning a Firebase Firestore instance. From this, let's have a collection. Let's create a new collection, and from this, let's have a document. And another case of documents, we shall be simply adding up a document of the following user. So for that, I can simply write here provider. For the provider, I will be simply writing here authentication. And for this, let's have our listening property to false. And from this, we will be simply getting our user ID. And once we are getting our user ID, we shall be setting up all of our data, which will be equal to data itself. So to provide up a context and data, under our arguments, let's have a context first, also somewhat dynamic data. So once we have done this, we shall be setting all of our data to be that will be equal to data. So once we have done the following thing, we shall go back, and here simply awaiting for the provider itself. So to make it under a awaiting state, make it asynchronous. So here I will be simply adding a provider dot off, and from where for manage data, we shall be listening to false cause we are only reading our data, and from this I will be simply splitting the data to be equal to data itself. So once we have done this, we shall be notify all of our users, that is notify listeners. So if the following tapped is false, that is if the following tap of any of the following of small, medium and large, we shall be simply adding data under our Firebase, else we shall be simply returning a model bottom sheet to be selecting our size. So here I will simply adding show model bottom sheet. Alright, let's provide a context. So under this, let's return a new container. Cool. So under this container, first of all, let's have a height to be a 50, not 500 but 50. So under this, let's have a child to be a center, and under this center, let's have a child to be a text. The text shall be nothing but simply let's have somewhat style to it. Also let's have somewhat color to our entire container. So once we have done everything from here, we will be simply assigning the following properties over our detail screen. But first of all, let's assign the following calculations, that is our provider under our main method. Alright, where it is? Here it is. So I can simply copy the entire thing, paste it here, and here let's have a calculation thing. Alright, the app shall be reviewed one more time, but for now let's log in once. Here I will be having a password of 123. Alright, the password is wrong. I just forget my password, man. Did you remember what was my password? Alright, let's fill it one more time. Okay, we had a correct password now. So once everything is done right, we can simply go under our detail screen. So first of all, let's assign a value to our detail screen. So we can simply go under our detail screen. Okay, where it is? So under our detail screen, let's start assigning all the values. So here if we simply come down here, we have our button here of cheese for adding and subtracting it. So here let's start with minusing our cheese. So for that I can simply add here provider, and from our calculations let's have our method for simply subtracting up the value of our cheese. So here I will be simply writing here false, and from here I will be simply writing minus cheese. So once we have done this, we can simply copy it from here, paste it here, but here let's have add cheese 1, come down here, and under this add beacon minus onion and minus, alright, add onion, I am quite confused. So once we have done this, we shall be assigning the value of text as well. So here instead of having this, I will be simply having my onion value. Alright, so here I will be simply having here get onion value for toString. So we can simply copy this. Here after this text, let's have our get beacon value toString. Similarly under our upper text, get cheese value, I think. Alright, it is cheese. Alright, so values are appearing here. So now let's try it out them first more time. So after pressing this, nothing shall be happening for now. So to make it happen, let's make it to true. So after pressing this, the value is changing up one more time, cause we are simply rendering our entire UI. So we need to make the following thing to be true. So let's go down, alright, make it to 0. So let's go under our beacon and simply change it to true under our text, true and true. So once this following thing is done, we shall be experimenting up with our sizes. So for sizes, we have our gesture director here. Let's start with the small one. So under our gesture director, we can simply copy the entire thing from here. And here instead of this, we can simply say select small size. Come down here, select medium size, what say? And here after this, select large size. Now let's do one thing, that is simply change the color of our entire container. Now here you may observe we have color to be null. So here if I simply change my color to be colors of red, alright, the following thing is changed to red, but we need our condition. So here I will simply paste up this thing and add a ternary operator. So here I will simply make it to true, and here instead of this large tapped, alright, not large, okay, or large tapped. Now once if the following thing is so, the color shall be red, else the color shall be the default one, which is nothing but white. Alright, so it is white. So we can simply copy our entire color thing from here and paste under our decoration, but instead of this I will have a medium tap here, similarly a small tap under our small section. So once the following thing is done, the only thing remaining is about removing the thing. So for removing all the data, we can simply go up under our app bar, which is here, and here we can simply paste the option here. Alright, we don't need color, and here we shall be simply removing all of our data. Cool. So now let's test it out. So here if I simply increase my data and press this, alright, let's make it to false. If I increase it, it will be deleted. If I increase this, delete this. Cool. So if everything is done, I can simply select on small one, add somewhat cheese and beacon. Alright, let's check our debug console first. Add somewhat data. Alright, we need to add the following method over our button. So here under our floating action button, which is here R2 card, which is a gesture editor, we simply add the following provider thing. Alright, remove the colors and change this thing. Alright, let's return to false, and from this I will be simply say add to cart. It will be taking up all of the data. Now consider our data to be the name, the image, the price, the value of our onion, beacon and cheese. So first of all I will be simply adding the image, and the image shall be nothing but from my query snapshot. So now let's grab up the image from the query snapshot itself. Alright, name shall be similar as well. Alright, we have our image here, and after having this we shall be having one more thing, that is nothing but a name. So here I will be setting name to be the following thing. So after having this I shall be having a price as well. So for the following value of price, I can copy it one more time, paste it here, and here instead of this I will be writing price. The next thing is about amount of cheese, beacon and onion. So here I will be simply writing here onion, and the onion shall be from my provider class. So here I will be simply writing provider, and for the context I will be returning calculations. And for the listening thing, I will make it false because I am only reading the values. And from here, let's have our onion value. Now I can simply copy the entire text from here, paste and paste. Cool, so here instead of this I will be having a beacon one, and here I will be having a cheese one, and after we shall be also having a size of our particular data. So for size, let's press it one more time. Alright, no onion. And here I will be simply having get size. Alright, I think we forgot our size. No worries. Let's have a new getter for our size. Let's say get size. That shall be equal to nothing but size. So once the following thing is done, get size, the respected thing. So once the following thing is done, we are ready to go. So I can simply open up my debug console. Let's choose somewhat materials 111. Let's add the data. Alright, so before carrying forward, let's reload our entire application once. Let's reload it. So our 3 orders are appeared here, but we don't need this much orders. So we have our 2 emails here which are having different keys. So for having the proper data, let's do one thing, that is simply delete the entire collection once. Alright, paste it here. So once we have simply gotten all of our data here, let's log in one more time. Okay, I remember my password. No worries. Log in once. Alright, let's move under tomato and beacon. Let's select a small size, add some more things, add to cart. Now let's check our Firebase by reloading it once. Alright, under my orders. Now you may observe the following particular key, that is our user ID is added here. Now the following user ID shall start with IFIV. If I go back under our authentication, the following key is IFIV. That is, now we have successfully added our data, that is tomato and beacon, under our Firestore. Now the only thing is remaining is about adding the following thing under our cart, which is somewhere here under a size box. But you know what, the following tutorial is going quite long. So we shall be carrying up the following thing in our next one. So till then, if you have loved this tutorial, please hit that like button. Also comment down everything that you may have learned or you may have confused while learning it. I will be trying my best for solving all of your errors. So with that said, I will see you in the next one with another great video. Till then, goodbye.